how the 5T was being pummeled down by the martial genius coming in from Tough Z. In this game alone, he's playing the Fuzi, and Fuzi, if he falls behind, the recovery road is gonna be very rocky up there.
Yeah, you look at the Seafarer here coming in for the Sun Tzu pick. I think that one is a little bit curious for me because I want to see how big of an impact it is. I think based on what you said, BTR is definitely going to place a lot of attention on towards the clash game, right? Because you want to minimize the value that City Boy on this Zhuangzi has. And he did not take Smite. He's actually taking the heals.
Still a very safe option here. They want to play it slow, they want to play it safe, but this is Game 6 here. Final chance for Twisted Minds to equalize the series, and one chance for BTR to push it to a 4-2 finish and advance as IKL's champ into the top 6. This is the matchup that we are seeing today, the first series best of 7.
Yes, BTR looking for match point here as well, but I want to put my tinfoil hat on for a second. Did the coach of BTR try and force this same kind of draft to make the side of Twisted Minds force the hand for the Shuangzi here so they didn't take it onto the side of BTR?
I actually like that question a lot, right? Because that puts you in a perspective where, hey, you do research on your opponents, you want to take a look at what kind of strategies they come up with. And honestly, with the Zhuangzi, it does help the side of BTR. But right now, Twisted Minds, they know the answer. It is aggression over aggression, and they make the first steal of the game.
They do go for the Azure Golem here from the side of BTR. I mean, on a pick like the Kongming as well, right? You really need to get that Azure Golem.
Yeah, it's kind of a wonder why ZhangQ didn't prio that particular one, but they're sharing gold, they're sharing EXP, so they're trying to match up the farming pace. But Clean with that steal, I think he's definitely going to be ahead. Yeah,
absolutely ahead right now. I mean, he's ahead. Obviously, the XP lead is pretty much neck and neck there. I think he will get to level 4 just before ZhangQ though, however.
Alright, the level difference at this point, I don't think will make a big hit onto the side of BTR, but Twisted Minds, I would feel that they have the advantage in terms of team fighting right now.
Yeah, like I say, obviously they have the Shuangzi, right? Like, obviously that's going to be a little bit of a wedge between these team fights, especially in terms of the amount of CC that we see on the side of BTR.
I mean, if you take a look at the competition by BTR, one of the strengths that you will see is they're actually able to deal a lot of damage, right? And this is one of the win conditions against the Zhuangzi Butterfly Effect. So when you use the Butterfly Effect, you actually gain a shield based on the health amount or health pool of City Boy. So if they're able to melt that down really quickly, who cares about that CC immunity?
I mean, that's the thing though, with the CC immunity, you've got so much to choose from. Do you CC immune the set sail, the potential comes through? Is it the Silk imprint, or is it Lapu's ultimate? Like, which one do you decide to go for?
Yeah, and they can actually layer it, which is kind of a difficult situation for City Boy at this point. But I don't think that is possible at this point because Twisted Minds, they have the upper hand in damage, and I don't see how ZhangQ is supposed to stand up against Clean at this portion of the game.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, right? Obviously, he's going to be playing more towards the backline there, but it's definitely going to be tricky for him, especially with the fact that they're going to play the dual marksman combo here with the Pei as well as the Flowborn marksman here as well. Obviously, the Arrow Storm is going to be a thorn in his side, let's say the least.
Yeah, we'll see Shanks looking to be pressured here against the support.
Just look at how much damage Flowborn Marksman does so early on. I literally played a ranked game with this hero before going onto broadcast and win because they're just crazy amount of damage.
Yeah, I know, right? And the growth potential, can you imagine if Clean has maintained this advantage in the jungle? This is going to be a good game for the side of Shanks.
Oh, absolutely. You're going to be expecting Tufts and Ormson to be taking a lot of that damage from the Flowborn Marksman as well.
In fact, you might even get a surprise nick onto the side of ZhangQ. I think that's going to be a massive value. And you can see Nailang is just, he doesn't need to land the damage. Oh, what he did!
Yep, the creation blocks do come through there as well as the Annihilation, but it's only going to chunk off that health bar, right? Like, it's not actually going to kill anybody just yet.
But with the burst that Clean has, I think that's a great strategy to have, right? At the same time, look, Neil has been trying time and time again. He has not been able to find Shanks at all. Shanks' positioning in this game has been perfect.
Oh, that Arrow Storm was completely mitigated there. He was just kind of like riding on the edge of that ultimate range, which is really well played there by the side of Zhan. But now, we're already at 4 minutes. Tyrant onto the board here. Do we get a steal from Twisted Minds as it's been started by BTR?
High potential, right? You can't stun Clean, there's no way.
But I mean, if you send the hair, I mean, that's a very early knock-off. I mean, oh! A little bit too early on the Lapu Lapu ultimate there for the side of BTR, but can they turn this around? No, the first blood goes over to the side of Twisted Minds. They're looking to run down the side of BTR. Tuff's down, Zahn down, Obson down. Ugh! Brother, oh! They get one back, they get two.
All right, they'll see. They force the flash out from Shanks as well, but a beautiful fight from the side of Twisted Minds. This one definitely is a win for them, right? Showing you the effectiveness of the Zhuangzi ultimate, the butterfly effect. It doesn't matter if you don't need the CC, it's the shields, because they need to be able to last against the damage. And now with a financial advantage against BTR, they're gonna have better items, better levels, and better damage.
Exactly. Getting all those resources over to the side of Twisted Minds probably going to be the reason why they can try and take this early game, especially early to mid game, and these team fights as they are assuring.
Yeah, I think as the game goes later, you will see that 90 and Clean, they're going to be able to tank quite a bit of damage, which is a concern for BTR. Late game, do they have the damage? I don't think Zahn is going to offer too much. He needs a long time to get rid of the members like 90 as well as Shanks.
Exactly. There's going to be, I mean, maybe we're relying on the damage reduction that could be taking place here, obviously, with the physical damage reduction that Sunset can do.
We'll see if that's enough, right? I mean, House is not a one-man army at this point. He can get a beautiful setup, but Zankyu needs a lot of help to be able to land, the finishing blows. The winning strategy is a great single target burst, but you have to deal with like the 5 members of Twisted Minds that are going to be running amok for sure.
Running amok for sure. Obviously, T1 down to the bot side, trading for the Clash Lane T1 as well. They were able to get the Overlord onto the side of BTR. The set sail is coming through. You can see here that 90 just waiting in the wing. Maybe he's like, hey, take me, Captain. But no, he's going for the re-invade, but he's just going to launch into that brush.
Yeah, but it's all, great sights for the side of Twisted Minds, right? This game is looking fantastic for them. They're taking a T1 at the bottom, which has been traded, yes, on the T1 on top, but in terms of gold advantage, they have a steady 1,000 gold lead.
Steady 1,000 gold lead for the side of Twisted Minds, just far, but I mean, Zahn, every time he picks the Marco Polo, he's basically very absent from the team fight, right? Like, we always see him play this kind of like macro Marco.
Macro Marco, I think it's not bad. I mean, that's why the hero is, that's his strength, right? But the thing is, hang on.
Speaking of strengths, Sage Mike comes through. Obviously, nice. Lapu Lapu gets a triple knock-up there. CC immunity comes through for the side of City Boy there on the side of Twisted Minds, but damage comes through for John Q, but it is going to be the trade for Tuffs. Clash for Clash. John Q goes down, but it's going to be Jungle for Jungle 2. Kenzan able to get the side of them. Oh, okay. He does able to use the second skill, the dash out of there, but they are all low health bars. Neil cannot get the catch.
Yep, Hailang, he does not have the Annihilation as well. Zahn can be very thankful for that. They don't really get too much damage across the gorge in terms of the turrets, but nice steal attempt from the side of Zahn. Right now, it's up for Twisted Minds to turn this around. We're waiting for that cooldown onto Hailang's ultimate. Annihilation is going to be used!
Boy, it does land onto Neil, but I mean, it's not going to be too much of a problem, right? Like, Neil was baiting that one. He was like, you know what, if you want to find somebody, find me.
Yeah, but it buys a lot of time for the side of Twisted Minds, right? So that's great. They forced the recall from the side of BTR, which means 90 gets the push for free.
He does get the push for free there in the bot side of the map. Just guys get some more gold over to his favor. Currently already built the Sparkforged Dagger. Looking to go into the Glacial Buckler next one, right?
Yeah, that's definitely the case, right? Because I think that's going to provide, number one, a very nice 20% cooldown reduction, and the ability to survive in this game is so important as well.
Yeah, especially if he's going to be the wedge between the teams of BTR and Twisted Minds, especially the potential kind of first initiation with that Sage's Mind.
We'll see. I mean, look, I find that Zahn needs to play to perfection this game, because if he does not land his skills, then it's going to be a very tough fight, because they already have City Boy, who is a safety condition for the side of BTR. Once again, life is tough. Clean has stolen that Crimson buff away from BTR.
Yeah, life is tough when you get your Crimson Golem stole away from you, but also your Azure Golem as well previously. So we've only seen here that Clean's just trying to put the pressure onto Zhang Q, as he's been previously, especially in that last series, such a dominant force for the side of BTR. It's
pretty impressive that Zhang Q is actually managing to keep pace, right? Considering the fact that Clean did make that initial invade into the jungle, they have not been able to find such a situation again.
Not at this moment in time. Obviously, even with the T1s into the bot and top side of the map, they really haven't found any kind of team fight to be had into the jungle. Maybe potentially when we get these Tyrants, the Shadow variants, onto the board in about 50 seconds time, then we'll see that again.
Yeah, but you know what? Everything on the stats here pointing... Oh, hang on.
Uh-oh. Speaking of stats, we're seeing a stat attack into the enemy jungle, and there it was. Takedown onto Tufts, takedown onto Zahn, but there's the arrow storm into the back line, trying to get the takedown onto even more inside of BTR, but Neil finally gets a catch. Shanks and 90 go down.
That's insane damage coming out from ZhangQ as well. And this is a nice combination on the side of BTR. It was looking very good, Twisted Minds. I want to point you in the direction of Hailang. This guy is 5,000 plus gold already in terms of his gold accumulation. He has massive amounts of damage, and somehow BTR still won that fight.
Oh, he's looking to be the carry of this game, right? Like, obviously, if you look at Pei will fall off towards the mid to late, the mid game, and then obviously that's when Hailang is going to activate. But they're looking to get him online a little bit earlier.
Yeah, we'll see Clean consistently going for the steals on the Crimson Golem. It's been managing to find a lot of success, but right now, the 10-minute mark, this is where BTR wants to make a beeline straight for the Tyrant, but there's an immediate trade.
A Tyrant for an Overlord here. We're looking for a switch up of objectives between these two teams. Oh, I thought that was going to be still. That was close.
Yeah, that was extremely close. By the skin of their teeth. And with that Twisted Minds, though, they do get a bit of macro advantage, but BTR, they're looking for a fight here. They want the T1 in the mid.
They do want that T1 in the mid, but it's going to be at the behest of a Twisted Minds. The Annihilation just almost completely wiping out ZhangQ there.
I thought he was done for. His reactions are on point.
Oh, absolutely. Using that teleport out there. It's not the flash, just teleport him with that second skill.
Yeah, literal shift time. So with that being said, BTR, they're holding our own, and this is going to switch into the advantage of Twisted Minds because they have that advantage.
Oh, they did have the advantage, but now Neil gets taken down, literally wiped, as well as ZhangQ as well. That's not what you want if you are BTR, especially with Tufts. He was out of the team fight. He was looking for the split push, but they had the Shadow Vanguard. The emergence comes through here as well, but it's going to be given over to the side of 90.
Yeah, man, this is going to be 20 long seconds for the side of BTR. ZhangQ is still out. The T2s will be guaranteed on the bottom side of the map. They also have the Shadow Overlord in the top side, which Clean has already made his way over.
I think this is already spelling a sign of the times, right? This is definitely going to be going to an ultimate battle here between Twisted Minds and BTR. BTR, with this draft, have not had the greatest early game and not looking to show any color soon.
Right, they have the 5 members on the side of BTR available. Ormson is going to be up in the next few seconds. They did use Annihilation. Zahn is still alive. The defense is possible.
Oof, well, the arrow storm into the back line there. Neil almost took an L once again, but that's going to be the CC immunity from that Shuangzi pick. Coming in clutch here, completely mitigating that set sail.
I mean, the state of the map for the side of the Gorge here, it looks like a 20-minute game at this point, but we're only 12 minutes in.
It's crazy. I mean, this kind of like moment in the time of the game seems to like last even further and further as we get into this series so far, but right now, BTR, they're looking to keep ZhangQ alive, but Clean is on the prowl.
Oh, they have found him!
Oh, the Fever Barrage, but it's going to be the missed ultimate there from the Lapu Lapu. That could cost Orbson his life and potentially his teammates, but it is going to set sail into the back line. It does get the catch, but the CC immunity comes through. Tufts gets taken down.
Group cleanse. This is why the Drunks are so great. City Boy with the heals as well as the anti-CC. Now BTR, they have to run with their tails in between their legs, but they for now survive.
They do survive for now, but it is a potential barrage onto the enemy's base here. Twisted Minds with the minions into the bot side of the map. They have taken the high ground turret there. They'll look for more.
Oh, that was a little bit too close.
Yeah, close shave there by the boys on Twisted Minds, but now is the potential takedown onto 90, the driving force, the sledgehammer of Twisted Minds gets taken down.
Yeah, but it comes at a cost of the T3 in the mid for the side of BTR. A very heavy price to pay. And with that being said, this is going to be Twisted Minds. Look, this game is for them to lose. They have a 6,000 gold advantage. Majority of the gold going into the hands on the side of their jungler Clean on this pay. This is one of his most special and strongest heroes right now. BTR looking for a room.
Absolute spectacle onto the side of Twisted Minds, but I mean there, Ormson taking so much damage, even the Annihilation coming through there, but it is going to be the save there, but the emergence into the backline is going to be the takedown of Clean with the Fever Barrage. Can BTR come back on top of this one?
They got the shutdown, it's a 1v1!
Oh, the Arrow Storm comes through for Shanks, he gets the takedown.
Alright, Neo is hiding, but the heals are coming through with the Star Spring from City Boy as well. Zhan Q, he needs to go back home now.
Yeah, because it's only Zhan Q and Neil alive. There's about 19 seconds until Ormson is back up. But is this the moment in time where Twisted Minds decides to go and push the base completely?
I think so. 90 does have the ultimate. If he locks Zhan Q down, this game is over.
Yeah, it could be over, but the speed of the minions through here. Twisted Minds, the masterminds. Neil gets run down. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting our first ultimate battle of the KIC 2025.
And there had to be no other way. It is going to go the